everybody. I guess, hope you can hear me and everything. Oh, cool. People can. Hey. Oh, Cora Maria is here. Nice. All right, cool. We've got a full active house going on here right now. Yeah. Well, just to make sure you know where you are, we're doing the Mixing Alternative Styles for Beginners panel hosted by me, Kamilah, of Hard Decora. And we've got the Sea of Serenity online event where they're having people send donations to Doctors Without Borders and then sending proof to a special email, which I will explain at the end of the panel. I am dressed in a mix here, just to kind of like go with the theme, I suppose. So I'm more in like, I'm gonna stand. Whoop. I did not practice this, so just bear with me. So yeah. So Cora Lolita, not wearing a petticoat, and I have sneakery shoes on and a bunch of Decora accessories. Boo-boo-doo-boo-doo. Yeah. So that's pretty much my deal today. And I'll come closer so then you guys can like see me again. Whew. All right. I'm gonna try to, it's like everything's mirrored. So I'm like trying to be in the center, but I keep moving to the opposite side in the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next slide, which I hope it like listens to that. All right, yeah. So, you know, I'm Kamilah Jones, creator of Hard Decora, a brand that sells comics, apparel, and accessories, all in the name of being aggressively cute. You can find my work on harddecora.com. And then I also co-host a J Fashion interview podcast called OK Podcast, which you can listen to on like Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. Trying to get it on more things in the future. And then I co-illustrate a Decora-themed comic strip called Emptying the Clips on Instagram. So I'll have like all the links for the Instagram and everything like that at the end. Nice J Fashion on Demand. They're so good. They posted a little link to our Instagram, which has the link in our bio to our, podcast episodes and stuff. So cool. J Fash all over it. Yeah, so yeah, it's too hot for petties, but also just like, I don't know, I wanted to give it this like casual vibe. I guess I'll go through it like as we're like talking about how my technique for mixing styles, I guess. So I'm gonna go to the next thing. Okay, so I'm gonna post this like overview. So the overview of this is going to be create a home style, start style hopping, follow style mixing icons, create the perfect mix outfit, other examples, do's and don'ts, and then we'll go to the Q&A. So that is that. And step one, create a home style. So you're gonna wanna create a home style if you like haven't already. I would say my home style is Decora. So that's kind of like what I bring to most of the other styles that I like mix things into most of the time. So you want to like choose this style, love this style, learn as much as you can about this style, join this style's community, and build a wardrobe around this style. See that, yeah, if you have 3 home styles, yeah, that's like the thing. That's why I say to like kind of like if you're more in the beginning, because I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do Lolita, gal, and I would just kind of like do a little like get things, but then it worked better when I chose like one thing to focus on for a while and then go on to the other things. Because if you just start with like I'm just gonna mix everything, then that can be like overwhelming. Especially if you haven't started in J fashion at all. So if you're not that much into the community yet, you haven't gone to any meets, you haven't been very active in the online community or been dressing in this style, it can be a lot to just go in and being like, well, my first thing is just going to be a mix, like, and you haven't even like grasped the yeah, choosing one is so hard. I know. Like I was like mixing around with like Decora and Fairy K and like I don't know, but I felt like what I ended up doing was like a more Decora Fairy K, where it's just like, oh, I have a bunch of accessories, but it is in a pastel color palette, and maybe the silhouette is kind of more like Fairy K, but I'm just like, oh, I think I have an affinity for the overuse of accessories. So I'm gonna say that Decora is like, that's how I chose that to be. Yeah, so at least Pink Princess Rosie, like at least you've been in J fashion for a while. So I feel like if you haven't been in J fashion at all, like it's kind of best to like choose one thing that you're going to collect things for and then try to like bring it into your other styles. So, okay, so I'm going to go to the next thing. I know it's so hard to choose one. So, okay, so step 2, start style hopping. So, choose an away style to like dive into. Learn the general rules of this style, like create a few outfits in this style that really nail what it means to wear that style, join the community to a small degree, see what the general community finds important about their style. So I say like you don't have to join it as hard as you did your home style per se. You can get into it as much as you want to, but just in case someone's like feeling overwhelmed and feeling like, man, I need to be like embedded in this style totally too, like you don't have to be as like active in that community. But you do want to try and create like an outfit that that's kind of like the stereotypical this outfit. So I guess my example would be like for Lolita being like, this is like kind of like, okay, this is a Lolita outfit. It's got the blouse, it has petticoat, it has sallow, and then it's got the tights. And I think I had like Lolita tea party type shoes. So I feel like this was just like I am a Lolita person. So outfit. So oh yeah, Lolita is a good style compared to Pop K because it's got so many rules and resources rather than just go with the vibe. I guess yeah, Lolita has like a guideline. It's very much like, you know, if you have the things on this list and you put them together correctly, I guess, then that's, you know, you're doing the style. Whereas I guess like Decora I feel like sometimes it's hard when people go from Lolita to like, oh, I'm gonna wear Decora or something. They're just like, how do I mix all these colors together? Or what is it? Is it shorts, t-shirt, sneakers, or is it this, that, that? And it's just like, no, it's none of those things. It's whatever you feel like. It's magic. And so, yeah, I guess that can be a little bit difficult, I suppose. But I still chose it as my kind of like first style because I felt like, oh yeah, it's whatever, and I just get put on a bunch of stuff. So I felt like that vibed with my personality, I guess. But yeah, you want to start like doing that, and kind of like, and then with Garu, I created some like outfits that I guess I don't really like. I may have posted some of it or maybe in a story or something like that. But I just like got together with some Garu friends, and then they let me borrow clothes, and I kind of like wore what the quintessential, like, this is the style outfits, a few of those, before I started jumping into like, this is how I totally mixed everything. So I would say like create a few outfits in this other style, and then you may want to hop to a different style, create a few outfits there too, and then hop to a different style. And get into that, just so you have a few different like silhouettes, color schemes, and things that that you like in these other styles. And so then when you go on to step 3, it'll be like well, more like step 4, it'll be like a little bit easier for you to just like, I don't know, pull it all together. So in a way that's going to look cohesive. So I'm going to go on to the next thing. So step 3, follow style mixing icons. So while you're in the middle of like style hopping, trying out different styles, watch out for those who style mix well. One of my style mixing icons that I follow is Dolly Momoiro. I really like the way that they do this. Like, they have like a really like creepy goth punk style, but they waver between like going like really gory, really dark, to being like mixing in this pink vibe, this like bubblegum goth or pastel goth sort of feel. But like even her more like, I guess, like innocent looks still like pull in the same, like she's got like the kind of bondage aspects and the leather and the choker, and she still got all of her piercings, and it still just has that edge to it. Even though like it's kind of supposed to be sweeter. So I really feel like she does that sort of like mix that back and forth very well. And then you want to go into taking note of what they keep from their home style and what they change. So I think that she, keeps the leather, the straps, the accessories of some of the more like goth elements, and then she mixes with the colors. So she's taking it to a pastel. She's adding in some softer accessories like those little puffs as her scrunchie. And then she's got like pink devil horns. So then it's kind of like she's putting the two themes together. And then how do they describe their style? I know that like just by looking at their posts, it kind of seems like they like having this duality to themselves, and I think that's really cool. And then check for mixed style subgenres that already exist. Like, you may think of something that's like, oh, I want to put these two things together, and then it already exists. And people have been doing it. Maybe it's not like as popular, but it's still there. So then there's like Deco Lolita, there's Himegaru, there's Bubblegum Goth, there's plenty of things that are like, there's Amikaji that's also in Garu, that's like kind of like a mixture of like American street style and Garu, but it's really like exaggerated. And yeah, so it's kind of like you may find something that already exists and already has like a lot of resources rather than just depending on yourself to figure out what that may look like. So I'd like look into that while you're trying out these different styles. And then part cottage granny and part witch of the woods. I love that. I love that. That actually goes together really well. So let's go on to the next thing. Boop, boop, boop. So you want to create the perfect mix outfit. So after successfully wearing a couple or even a few styles separately, choose 2 styles to mix for an outfit. I guess usually bring Decora into everything that I do, or some form of like maybe, I guess, inspiration from Fairy Kay as far as like the pastel color scheme, and then like see where the 2 styles can intersect, whether it's color scheme, accessories, silhouette, or makeup. You can try to like see where it can, maybe if the 2 color schemes are similar, then you're like, oh, okay, maybe these 2 styles will mix well. Like say this dress that I have on, it's very like, yes, pastel pirate. It's like sweet pirate Lolita thing that I've got going on in this picture. Yeah, so in this dress, it's kind of like, oh, okay, we've got like sweet Lolita, but it's also like, I like to do the little puffy sleeves and everything, because I feel like that appeals to the piratey vibe. Also, I really like pastel colors, so I'm just like, oh, but sweet Lolita at the same time. And then the shoes, I try to like bring it to like the aristocratness, so I don't tend to wear like, I guess, tea parties with my sort of like piratey outfits, just because of that. And then I got a hat custom made by Tour New Soul, which I think is one of the featured brands for this event, to match the floral pattern in my shoes. And I basically was like, hey, there's no like over the top pastel floral macaroon hat in existence that I can find. Most of the pirate things are like really dark, dark colors. Or if they're like, if there is a pink one, it's kind of like, it's either a hot pink solid color, or it's like a one of those like rusty pinks. And I'm just like, I don't want that. I need it to be like, you know, I don't know, over the top, just totally pastel. So had that made, and then I added a lot of like stickers and stuff on my face to kind of pull together my need for having too many accessories. I did pull back. I didn't like, you know, go full Decora, but I definitely added, had to have stickers on my face. But yeah, that's kind of like how I pulled that all together for this outfit in the picture. And then you want to look at the easiest technique is to keep the silhouette of one style and add the accessories and colors of the other style. I have some like other examples in the next slide that I can talk about doing that on. And then you want to keep trying combinations until you find the mix that feels like you. So you don't have to go like 50-50. Like it needs to be like 50% this style and 50% the other style. You could do an 80-20. You know, a lot of the time, like after I started getting into Garu makeup, I started pulling some of those techniques into my other Decora outfits, and it doesn't like look like, oh, this is a can you turn on the auto captions? I don't know how to turn on auto captions. Yeah. So if you hover over a setting, we'll come up for it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try and turn on these auto captions, which see this. Doesn't say that it's not on. Text, medium, and does it allow? Okay, hopefully, I don't know. Hey, it's doing it! Wow, look at my words. That's so cool. Okay, snaps. It does not say that I'm snapping. Yeah, so awesome. Yeah, so you don't have to do like directly 50-50. We can see them. Yeah, so you don't have to do like 50-50. You could do like 80-20. And then sometimes I incorporate like makeup techniques that are from like Garu, but then I make them like super colorful for Decora. And it's not like something super noticeable that's like, yeah, you're doing Decora Garu mix or something like that. And I guess I don't really mean for that to be, but I just love the way they do their eyeliner and the lashes and everything. So that's like kind of how I approach it. So let's see. I'm gonna go on to the next thing. Wow, it's like crazy how accurate these subtitle things are. These are so cool. Other examples. All right, so we've got a few different photos here. So we've got like oh, this Kawaii Riot thing just came up over the thing. I designed that logo, by the way. So good, and I love the organization. Anyway, we've got one picture that's kind of like Decora Garu mixity mixness. And so this was like a Kogal sort of style, except I did the colors of like that I like, which is like, you know, pastels again, or like neons or something like that. And I was really happy with that outfit. I've got the slouchy socks, I've got the plaid pleated skirt, a colorful tie, and then we've got the I don't know if it's argyle or something, cardigan, and the eye makeup and everything. Definitely like just like having all the elements and the silhouette of the Kogal style, but just like mixing in like my color scheme here. Like, I guess the closest you would say is like Fairy K, but I don't think that's like, I don't know. I guess someone would say, I don't know if someone would say that that's like Fairy K and Garu mixed together, but maybe. So, oh my God, it did get Fairy K. Oh, snap. So, the next outfit is, again, more of like the pirate Lolita, but it doesn't have so much of those pastel sort of elements. This is definitely just like, I guess, Lolita and then like the pirate mix. I've got the aristocrat sort of more shoes and then all the feathers and the pirate hat. I went with a rusty pink this time. I think it went with the vibe of it. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like what I went for there. So I guess it's not, I would say it's kind of like 80-20, 90-10 maybe. And then the next picture is like a Decora Fairy K sort of deal. Wearing way too many accessories, but it's got the vibe of Fairy K. If I had a photo of the full outfit, it would have shown that I was wearing like a crop top and leggings with the slouchy exercise leg warmers. So I had leg warmers and sneakers and kind of like had an 80s vibe to it, but I was wearing a lot of accessories at the same time. So so that's what I feel like I was going for there. And then the last one is, again, like Decora. I did a Deco Lolita sort of outfit. Oh, thank you. About my makeup. Thank you, Petite Madeline. I was going for kind of like replacing the blouse with one of my crop tops and then replacing tights with like really high, like thigh-high socks. And I was wearing sneaker platforms by YRU. And then I have the, I guess the cutoff gloves. I forgot what those were called. Anyway, so yeah, so I kind of like mixed those two vibes together. I think that was pretty successful for that tea party. Also, I like put the outfit together at the convention because I forgot that like you have to wear some form of Lolita at the Lolita tea party. I think it was like maybe my first one. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I bought the sallow at the booth that was there for, I think this was, I think it was, gosh, I forgot what was there. What brand was that? But I was just like, okay, yeah, it was Teco. It was Teco. Yes. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I bought, like, I was just like, okay, I gotta get something. So it was just like, this seems, baby, the star shines bright. Yes. And then I was just like, okay, I have to like get something. And I was like, this seems colorful. And I was like, okay, I guess I can wear this t-shirt. And then, yeah, just like, oh, I have like petticoats. I have things that you can wear for Fairy K underneath this. So it was just like, bought some things from like Lolita Collective, like those socks and everything. And it was just like, gotta get this together right now. So I'm pretty rolled up like a trash can. Oh man. Thank you for liking my outfit. So I was just like, I don't know, I gotta do something. So yeah, those are kind of like my, I don't know, mixtures that I decided to put into here. And then we can go to next slide, some do's and don'ts. Do ask style veterans or groups for help in a work in progress sort of post. You could just post and say like, hey, I'm trying to mix these two styles together. This is what I have so far. What do you think? And be like really specific about like maybe the type of mix that you're going for or what your goals are for the outfit. Just because so many people have different thoughts on what the perfect mix would be maybe to them. And by being specific, then they can give you better advice. Also, do create style boards on Pinterest and look at magazines. I have some Gaudi magazines that I flip through every once in a while. And then like, there's just so much good material in there that I'm like, gosh, this looks so good. And I need to like, I didn't try this way of doing it. So there's like so many styles within Gaudi. It's crazy. And then, there's Lolita Bible, Kira, or I don't know, just look at different things and create little style boards and everything. That really works for me just to remind me of like, what this style really is. Because after you start mixing for a while, you start like kind of forgetting like, oh, what is this style originally? And that can give you some more inspiration on making a new outfit. So do take your time developing your styles. So don't feel like just because you tried that perfect mix outfit and then you're like, oh, okay, this didn't like work out as well. You may have to like practice at it, taking away some things, adding some things on. I know I am constantly doing that for Gaudi because I'm trying to figure out like, so what's like going to be my home Gaudi style, which I have not figured that out yet. I'm just like jumping around to different styles and gardeners. Garlic. And oh yay, thank you, Daydream Carnival. Woo woo, Chicago represent. Yeah, so do take your time. Like, don't be discouraged. It might take a bit. Also, like, don't expect to be perfect. Don't post in singular style communities, without stating your mix style intent. So sometimes you may like post something in a like forum and then you don't really say that you're mixing styles, and then the people in the group, they're going to get confused. They're going to think that you're trying to that this isn't the style, that you're just confused. And it's like, no, not confused. I'm mixing these two things together. And so I always sort of say that. I don't know if it's out of like just anxiety or it really works, but I tend to get good feedback when I announce that that is what I'm doing before, like when I'm posting it in the group, because someone may, just think that you're not doing this right. So I kind of like talk about that. And then the other thing is don't skip the home style step. You want to like explore different styles, get involved in the community before, I guess, you just start like mixing everything together for, I guess, the best, most seamless outcome. I guess there's another thing that I wanted to put in there that I guess I didn't know where I should put it, but everything doesn't have to be a K. Everything doesn't have to be like a J fashion style. It can just be a style that is cute, and maybe you're just inspired by so many styles that it doesn't seem like it's like it fits into a category of a mix of a certain 2 or 3 styles. It's just like who you are and what you wear. And that's awesome. And so like, I feel like the people who do that very well, kind of like an all mix sort of style. They did start somewhere. They did start doing just one style and then going on to another style. And then they just like over time just became, I guess, themselves in kawaii fashion and everything. Kamilah says we invent new K based on subtitle mistakes. But yeah, so you don't really like, you know, have to be something. You can be like just your own thing. But I do say like, you know, it's nice to just like feel the restrictions at first. You know what they say, you got to know the rules before you break the rules. So you feel those restrictions at first, know why they're there, and then you kind of can break out of them in a purposeful way. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go to Q&A. Oh yeah. So what questions we got? Questions. Waiting for those questions. Gosh, you guys are going like way in on these subtitles. Oh my gosh. Vampires versus vampire hunters. Oh my god, that'd be so good for laser tag. Oh man. I want to do laser tag. I would do I would do laser tag way more if there was like a meetup of like, of course there's got to be an outfit, a fashion element to whatever I do. So that's so dope. Okay, so I see thoughts on mixing J fashion with Western style. I think that that's like, I don't know what type of thoughts. Like, I think that's totally possible. And I feel like that's something I totally do. Sometimes when like I'm wearing Decora, I mix in, I like American street styles, like just by like the silhouette of it. So I like to do a lot of like crop tops and baggy pants, and sometimes they're like sagging or whatever because I'm like, cool. But I kind of mix that sort of thing with it. Chains, lots of like Y2K, like 90s sort of style. I love Y2K style. So sometimes I mix that in with my Decora. And then next one, what are some mixed styles you'd like to see? Oh, okay. Like I need for pastel military Lolita to happen. I need that. And that is what I want. And it's kind of like hard to do that myself because it needs to be a dress that has like, you know, the double buttons and the and like you know, like some like military, like, oh, okay, here's your badge for being too cute, like frills that killed. And then like, and then I like to make like my my weapon prop, so I would be able to like whatever prop to put in there. And then yeah, pastel military Lolita, that would be my thing. I feel like there was another question. How can you mix in elements of your own style or another style without totally ruining the integrity of the style you're trying to wear? Trying to figure out, because I feel like this whole thing was about like paying respect to the original styles that you're trying to wear. I think just choosing, maybe limiting the amount of things you're going to change instead of changing everything about it, and making sure that those elements that are the, I guess, the original, the home style or something like that, are not changed and are like you do those really well, you know. When I'm trying to mix in Decora into Garu, I tend to not like times that I've changed like the eyeliner color to like blues or different colors, like I felt like that took away from the style, the original style too much. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep black eyeliner, and then we're going to do the top and bottom lashes, and we're going to try and find an eyebrow color, a natural, closer to natural eyebrow color that works in, and like keeping the makeup like mostly original, but then maybe the colors of the eyeshadow are colorful. So then that's my kind of call to my colorful vibe that I want to bring to it. So it's kind of like definitely like not removing the pillar that's just gonna like just cut your style in half. Like I just chose that, like, okay, like that's taking it too far away. Like you gotta have this certain eye makeup for me to feel like I'm definitely still in Garu, for example. So yeah. Yeah, keeping 2 or 3 of the main pillars the same. Exactly. You're so right. Do you think that there are any styles that are impossible to mix? Oh, I guess I haven't really like thought of something being impossible. I saw someone like, I guess I would feel like maybe something with, because I feel like maybe with Garu, it can be hard to, if you're trying, because a lot of the styles are trying to have like some sort of sex appeal to it, and maybe if you're trying to be very conservative, that can be difficult. But I do see where there's a way that you could, you know, try to mix that together. It would definitely still be like a mix, for sure. Like, but yeah, I feel like I don't know if there's like anything that like I just see that like Bhuvathel is like writing this down for a design. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's anything. Oh no, Lolita X Garu is already a thing. That's called Hime Garu. And that kind of like mixes in Lolita and Garu together. So yeah, I don't really know if there's anything that I would say is you can't do it. Like I can't think of anything. But I guess my mind instantly goes to, oh, things that could go together. So I'm just like, I don't know. There's got to be some way. I guess we can go on to the next question because I guess my answer is no. Thoughts on combining J fashion with cosplay, cosplaying as a J fashion version of a character? Ooh, I love this. I feel almost like my pirate things are a little bit like that because I like to wear them to kind of like LARPing or steampunk events. And so a lot of that is creating an OC and, well, an original character. And yeah, but I got to bring J fashion into it, of course. So I think that there's a bunch of characters that I feel like, oh, they would wear this style. Like I was thinking about the My Little Pony and thinking about Pinkie Pie, and Pinkie Pie would probably be like a great, like, you know, I remember when like Party K was like a thing, but also like just like Decora or wearing Fairy K or something like that. I think that that's awesome, and I think that more people should do it, and that if I wore cosplay, that's what I would do. I just don't have like the mental bandwidth to go into cosplay as well, but that's totally what I would do. So that is my answer to that. How do you go about finding communities for your home style, especially ones that give concrete? There can be some like I guess I would go into just searching on Facebook, and then there's like Discords that are about doing that. I know there's some that are for Fairy K, like a Fairy K Discord that does a lot of concrete and specifically for helping people develop that style. There's some that are for Lolita and on Facebook that are for like people beginning in Lolita. That would be good to post into. Yeah, and maybe just like going into a even if it's not specifically about that, maybe just going in and saying like, hey, I'm looking for concrete. I don't know if this is like the best group for that, but what are your favorite groups for doing that? And then if they say like, hey, you can post anything here, then you can post there. So that's how I would go about it. Also just creating friends in the community. Like a lot of the time I don't post in the groups for concrete. I just like, since if I've developed enough of a friendship with some other people doing different styles, I go and ask. Like I'm just like, hey, like this is this outfit I'm doing. Like, do you know where I can find something like this that's in this color? Like I was trying with that Garu Kogal outfit, I was trying to find like, you know, pastel versions of things, and someone brought up that on Depop, someone was selling a pastel argyle pink cardigan that I was just like, hey, I can totally use that. And it's more exciting than just a regular pink cardigan. So, you know, just like make friends too, eventually. That's my answer to that, I guess. Off topic, but can I just say thank you for including captions in your script, in your stream. I did not know that I could do that, and so I'm really thankful to the Pubithel and like J Fashion on Demand for like having a really cool system for this. And telling me about it so that I could use it, because this is awesome. Pool with a land. Pool with a land. Without pool with a land. That's the definition of Pubithel, a pool with a land. See if there's any other questions. Oh, wow, this is like, oh, okay, cool. I think we've like caught up on questions. Awesome. All right, cool. So if that's like everyone's questions and stuff, I'm gonna go on to the last slide. Yay, I'm glad people are finding this like panel useful and everything. So thank you so much for watching. You can follow my work on harddecora.com, and then my Instagram is hard_decora, and then the Instagram for the podcast is at ok.podcast, and then for the Decora themed comic that I do with Decora Demon, it's etc_comic, because it's called Emptying the Clip, so I just truncated it to etc_comic. Also donate directly to Doctors Without Borders. and forwarding the proof of the donation to seaofserenity.jfash@gmail.com. Every $5 is one raffle ticket. You can win some awesome prizes. So yeah, and then you could go to that link that's like ticketing at the bottom. So cool, like the news. And yeah, the deadline to submit proof of your donation is 7 p.m. on September 7th, which I think that's tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, that's tomorrow. So you have like a good amount of time, but you know, of course, like you want to like get in there, especially depending on your time zone and what you got going on tomorrow. So this is awesome. This has been my panel. Ooh, Pink Princess Rosie loves my brand. Thank you. And Jaded Island says, great panel. Thank you. Prison Pretty says, thank you for the awesome panel. Thank you. Thank you so much for the panel and everything. This is the first time I've done this. You know, I wasn't really sure like how informative it would actually be. So I hope to in the future, like, oh, thank you, Cora. I hope to in the future, like keep giving this panel as like, you know, a new one in my panel bag and keep adding to it as necessary. Maybe add something about cosplay, mixing cosplay in and J fashion, because I think that's super awesome. Yeah, and something to explore, and I hope people do that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, if you guys have any more questions or comments for me? J Fashion Monsters Inc. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I would never have thought that. I would think like dolls and stuff like J Fashion. I don't know. Yeah, but that's not, I guess that's not really a cosplay idea because there's dolls that already do that. Like, why are you so awesome? Doing my best. I don't know about awesome. It's like brewing. It's from being a homebody. I'm just brewing in my own personality for too long. Yeah, and I hope people donate. Please, you know, do that. It's gonna like be awesome. You can write that down as like your grateful list of things that you've done for other people, and support all the brands that are being featured in Sea of Serenity. They're all really cool. Tor New Soul is awesome. She did a great job on that hat. Like, and she made it in time for my wedding anniversary where we both dressed up in like steampunk and pirate stuff. So she was awesome, and I'm probably gonna make a post about that pretty soon, showing like all the pictures from there because it was so cute. I loved it. So yeah, and I don't know. I'm glad that we got everything through early-ish, because now it's not like we're rushing at the end. So cool. do the core version of Nora Vapori. You're welcome. Awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys are so active in here. Oh, okay. Food without a fool. I don't know what that sounds like. Maybe it's like a food subscription service. Food without a fool. Mm. Oh, wow. I'm just like looking at all like the info that's in here. I just took part in a Lolita Fashion IG Styles challenge where we had to create an original Hogwarts character and it made it so fun. That's cool. I think there's like LARPs that are like that, like magic school sort of LARPing things. I'd love to go to that. I would be like, someone brought up in one of my comments on like Instagram, like being a rainbow witch. And I'm just like, yes, that would be, that is my witch persona, rainbow witch. Man, Halloween. I need more people to make hats. Oh my gosh, you have? Dolphy has been to College of Wizardry. I need to go. I want to go to more LARPing things. Like, I feel like, oh, the moment I got into LARPing, it was like, oh, 2020. So that's done. But as soon as like more in-person stuff can happen, in a real castle in Poland, like I would totally, yeah, I would totally do that. Like that would make me go to Poland. Like there's certain countries that I'm just all like, oh, I don't know what I would do there. And, but if there's like some sort of really cool LARPing thing, an event like that, I would go there. So, all right, bye, everybody, bye, 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 because it is now time for other people's things. I guess I stop screen, I guess, or